Good evening and welcome. Tonight, we explore one of humanity's most fundamental virtues, the power of keeping our word. In a world where commitments are often treated as suggestions and promises as mere pleasantries, we'll discover why fulfilling our promises remains one of the most transformative forces in human relationships and society. Imagine two scenarios. In the first, Sarah promises her daughter she'll attend the school play, but at the last minute, cancels for a work meeting. In the second, despite facing the same conflict, Sarah keeps her promise, rearranging her schedule to honor her commitment. The difference between these scenarios extends far beyond a single evening. In the first, a seed of doubt is planted. In the second, trust deepens. This illustrates our first principle. Promises are the building blocks of trust, and trust is the foundation upon which all meaningful relationships rest. When we make a promise, we're essentially saying, "You can count on me. My word has weight." Every kept promise adds another layer to our credibility, while every broken one erodes a foundation we've worked to build. Consider the story of Sam Walton, founder of Walmart. Early in his career, he made a simple promise to a small supplier. "If you can deliver quality goods at fair prices, we'll grow together." Walton kept his promise, even as his company expanded globally. That supplier became one of Walmart's key partners for decades. One kept promise created a billion-dollar relationship. The power of keeping promises extends far beyond the immediate relationship. Like stones thrown into still water, fulfilled commitments create ripples that spread outward, touching lives we may never even know about. When a teacher promises to help a struggling student and follows through, that student doesn't just improve academically. They learn that adults can be trusted, that their worth is recognized, and that help is available when needed. This student may go on to become someone who keeps their own promises, perpetuating a cycle of reliability and trust. Research in behavioral psychology shows that children who grow up in environments where promises are kept develop higher levels of security, better emotional regulation, and stronger social skills. They learn that the world is predictable and that people can be counted upon. This foundation serves them throughout their entire lives. But the ripple effect isn't limited to families. In business, companies known for keeping their promises to customers, employees, and partners consistently outperform their competitors. They spend less on marketing because their reputation speaks for itself. They retain employees longer because people want to work for trustworthy organizations. They attract better partnerships because reliability is a rare and valuable commodity. Keeping promises doesn't just change how others see us. It fundamentally transforms who we are. Every promise we fulfill strengthens our integrity, our self-respect, and our understanding of our own capabilities. Think about a time when you made a difficult promise, perhaps to quit a harmful habit, to learn a new skill, or to be there for someone in need. When you kept that promise despite obstacles, how did it feel? Most people describe a profound sense of empowerment, a recognition that they are stronger than they previously believed. This is because keeping promises, especially difficult ones, develops what psychologists call self-efficacy, the belief in our ability to achieve our goals. Each kept promise becomes evidence that we are people of action, not just intention. Consider the story of Nick Vujicic, born without arms or legs. As a child, he promised himself and his family that he wouldn't let his physical limitations define him. Through decades of keeping this promise, learning to swim, getting an education, becoming a motivational speaker, he transformed not only his own life, but inspired millions worldwide. His commitment to his word literally moved mountains. In our digital age, making promises has become almost casual. We like posts claiming to support causes. We accept invitations with maybe as our default response. We make commitments quickly and break them just as easily, often hiding behind screens and distance. But this casual approach to promises comes at a cost. Research shows that people today struggle more with trust issues, feel more isolated despite being more connected, and report lower levels of life satisfaction. Could there be a connection between our weakened relationship with promise-keeping and these modern challenges? The antidote is simple but not easy. We must return to treating our word as sacred. This means making fewer promises, but keeping the ones we make. It means being honest about our limitations before we commit, not after we've already broken our word. How do we rebuild this crucial skill in our lives? First, we must audit our current relationship with promises. Are we promise makers or promise keepers? Do people seek us out when they need reliability, or do they know to look elsewhere? Second, we must start small. Begin with promises to yourself. Commit to drinking more water, to reading for 10 minutes daily, to calling your parents weekly. These small promises build a habit of follow-through. Third, we must learn to underpromise and overdeliver. Instead of promising what we hope we can do, we should promise what we're confident we can achieve, then exceed expectations. Finally, when we inevitably fall short, because we're human, we must own our failures completely, make amends quickly, and recommit thoughtfully. The power of fulfilling promises is ultimately the power to shape reality through our words. When we say we'll do something and then do it, we demonstrate that human beings can transcend the gap between intention and action, between dreams and reality. In a world full of uncertainty, broken systems, and disappointed expectations, being a person who keeps their word is both a rare gift and a revolutionary act. It says that despite chaos around us, some things remain constant. It declares that in an unreliable world, we choose to be reliable. Your word is your bond. Your promises are your power. In keeping them, you don't just build better relationships. You build a better world, one kept commitment at a time. The question isn't whether keeping promises matters. The question is, what kind of person do you choose to be? Someone whose word carries weight, or someone whose promises drift away like smoke? The choice and the power is yours.